We're back again. This is What's Next, Living Longer, Better, Smarter, live from the AgeTech Collaborative from AARP podcast stage at CES. I'm Fred Fishkin along with Mary Furlong. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Fred. Well, we have another exciting session here, and I was there last night when the AgeTech After Dark pitch competition took place, and it was a lot of fun. Great company, great people.
And there were 5 startups competing for a $10,000 prize in front of a live panel of industry experts. And we have the winner here with us, along with one of the judges, Colby Takeda, co-founder and CEO of PearSuite. Hi, Colby.
Hey, thanks for having me today.
Also with us is the wonderful Aurelie, Director of Startup Collaboration at AgeTech Collaborative. Hi, Aurelie.
Hi, Mary. Hi, Fred. Hi, everyone. Very excited to be here and all of us in person in Vegas. It's exciting.
Yes.
And before we turn to the competition winner, Aurelie, let's take this opportunity to tell folks more about the collaborative and this After Dark pitch competition that was so wildly successful.
Absolutely. Yeah, we had fun last night. So let's start with the AgeTech Collaborative first, and I'll talk more about the AgeTech After Dark in a moment. But what is the AgeTech Collaborative? If you're not familiar with our initiative, in a nutshell, it's the largest AgeTech ecosystem of businesses. We have over 370 companies, from innovative startups all the way to investors, test beds, and enterprises looking to tap into this $45 trillion economy. And the main goal here is to collaborate together towards bringing modern solutions that will enable individuals to live longer, happier, and wealthier lifespans. And our vision here is to make aging easier for everyone. So the way we go about it is in 3 ways, and very succinctly and quickly. The first way, we identify innovation. We do so through pitch events like the one we had last night. We organize them throughout the year. Most of them are done virtually, but when we go to conferences like CES, it's fun to be all in person. There's an energy that's cannot be matched when we do it online. But so that's one way we identify founders, innovation solutions. Secondly, we accelerate the technology, and we do so via our top-notch accelerator program. Essentially, we help refine those companies and startups refine their solutions through market research and data, and then leveraging decades of expertise from AARP in the longevity space in the 50-plus demographic. The last piece of the puzzle, we look to foster networking and collaboration opportunities among all those companies through the AgeTech Collaborative B2B platform. And so the AgeTech After Dark falls under that first piece, right? It's about identifying and discovering innovation. So last night, this was our 3rd AgeTech After Dark branded pitch event since we launched in 2021. And it was the first pitch of the year here at CES in 2024. So a very exciting moment yesterday. Close to 400 people showed up at Lavo, at the Venetian. The energy was amazing. The startups who pitched were incredible, innovative, polished, inspirational. And they did a fantastic job presenting in front of a pretty excited crowd. So it was really fun. And just very quickly, the focus of this pitch was on solutions that make aging easier. There were 5 finalists, Solid Corp, Baritone Health, Map Habit, Story, and OnScreen. 3 judges, Colby from PearSuite. We had Rick Weiland from Prudential and Sarah Thomas from AgeTech Capital. They were all rating the pitches based on product and service relevance, the founder and his or her team, traction, and of course, the future impact on society. The winner was eligible for a $10,000 prize, and there was also an audience choice winner. And all the finalists became eligible for the AgeTech Accelerator program. And then upon graduating the program, they will be eligible to join the collaborative. I'm done. This was a lot, but very exciting.
And this has grown so fast over the past 5 years. And you've brought in a lot of enterprise partners. And here at CES, you can see on one of the walls, just the total impact. I'll send that slide to you, Fred. So just the number of companies, the momentum. And it's not just tech companies, right? Aurelie, you've got.
True. Yes, we really are agnostic when it comes to industry and AgeTech. And I think that's what we're trying to accomplish here. It's also to kind of educate people on what is AgeTech. A lot of people think it's digital health and that's it. it certainly is a big piece of the puzzle, but it's only one part of the conversation and the narrative. So you work with organizations in the food industry, you work in the telco industry, digital health, accessibility, robotics, XR. So it's really spanned across so many different segments and verticals, as every single piece here will impact the way we live and the way we play and continue to have passion to pursue as we get older.
And Colby, we'd love to learn about your background and PearSuite.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks again for having me. I myself was one of the pitch competition participants a few years ago at the Healthy event. So I know what it's like to be on stage and pitch your ideas and your passions and your convictions in front of a large live audience. So congratulations again to our winner. PearSuite was started in 2021 during the pandemic. My background is actually as a senior living administrator. So at 24, I actually ran a facility, 154 residents, helping them with their food, their housing, their healthcare, their social connections, and understood those social determinants of health, which are so critical to today's health and longevity space. During the pandemic, of course, people were lonely and isolated. So we started PearSuite as a way to connect older adults with young children and other teenagers and students who are actually able to help them with things like finding local resources for food, staying physically active, understanding the challenges with older adults and aging, and how do we help them become more thriving, long life lived people with passion and purpose. So that's really what PearSuite's all about. How do we connect young people to older adults and do it through community health workers? So we are now building a platform for community health workers to help to collect information about the social determinants of health and make it actionable for us to connect what older adults do with the healthcare system.
I noticed that you're from Hawaii, and I've done some work in aging in Hawaii, and there's a spirit there to take care of older people. That's part of the culture. And during COVID, it was very difficult for people to stay connected. So it's great that you're doing that work. I love the spirit of what's the word for older adults?
Yeah, kupuna.
Right.
Kupuna. So yeah, it's such an important part of the culture. And that's what we like about PearSuite is we're helping people that are from the community that on the ground who know the local resources to connect older adults to these resources and guide them and navigate them and support them in this journey.
Right.
That's
And
terrific.
also, and drum roll, the winner of the competition, Fred.
Was OnScreen and Costin Tuculescu. Congratulations, Costin.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. It is amazing to be here. And I just couldn't be more excited to be part of this ecosystem. And it's unbelievable for those that are not here to actually see the AARP booth. I'm actually putting together this sort of like social media reel inspired by Stefano. I think anybody who knows AgeTech has seen Stefano's reels. I'm trying to get up there. But from the moment you walk in and the furthest point, you can see AARP from the distance. And I kind of want to put them together. It's massive. It's beautiful. Amazing.
So tell us what you do
Yeah.
on screen. And I, in the spirit of full disclosure, I've known Costin for a while. And so we have been working together. I even saw my picture on the screen.
I know. You've advised me, so I figured, hey, I'm gonna put Meredith Furlong on my slide.
About the company. And I love that you look at 80-year-olds too.
Yeah.
Because our podcast gets distributed through many senior housing communities.
Yeah, I mean, 80 plus has been the core problem that we're solving. There's still like aging is such a spectrum. 60, you're playing pickleball, you're traveling around the world. 70, you might still be playing pickleball. 80 gets a bit more challenging. Technology equity between 70 and 80 is where a big discrepancy starts. And then once you're in the mid 80s, we saw this literally in the market because our customers, and let me actually just start with what OnScreen is. We are a TV-based senior care and connection platform. So we ship our customers this cute little device. It's like we call it like a Roku with a camera. And you hook it up to your TV just like you would hook up a Roku. And now you can call your loved ones and the TV automatically answers. We turn the TV on, we switch from Wheel of Fortune to the call. You can have that call and then it goes right back to Wheel of Fortune. But now we've also layered on telehealth access. So doctors using our backend enterprise portal can schedule and set up telehealth, and then it just automatically pops onto the TV. We're also building virtual event access, and we're talking to companies like Loop Village and Margot there.
Yes,
And
yes.
we want to bring their Zoom events directly to the TV. Because we know that there's a cutoff, like if you want to use Zoom today, you got to be able to use your tablet or your laptop. And if you can't do that, then it's very challenging. So bringing it to the biggest screen of your house, where you're just hanging out on your couch, maybe you've got a glass of Chardonnay, you don't have to think about tech.
Right.
All you do is experience the connection, and just you're almost like in the same room. And this really goes back to brain health. One of the big points that we're coached on is the message of how do we support brain health? And on the flip side, loneliness and isolation is such it increases your risk of dementia by 50%. If you have mobility challenges, you can't get out of the house. Does that mean you can't see people? You can't talk to them? Well, that's where a solution like OnScreen comes in. And now you can do cafe talks on loop. You can see your grandkids. They can call you from their mobile device and they show up on your TV. You can meet with your doctor or their staff on a weekly basis.
Is that using a special app, Costin?
So the older adult doesn't need any app, doesn't even need a smartphone. Everything's just automated through the TV. On the younger side, we have an app for iOS and Android. That's basically like FaceTime. You want to call grandma, you push a button and you're doing a FaceTime call on mobile, but you show up on their TV. So that piece is really easy. But the thing that's really driving a lot of excitement, and everybody's got this buzzword, is obviously AI, right? Everyone's talking about AI. But I think we're really delivering that, not to toot our own horn. We've built an AI companion named Joy. And Joy can be scheduled to have visits with the older adult. And she is natural language. Like if you've ever chatted with ChatGPT, you see how well ChatGPT converses with you. Well, this is speech on the TV. She's talking to you. You talk right back to her. I've had 20-minute long conversations about who's the better Star Trek captain, Captain Picard or Captain Kirk. What's better, Star Trek or Star Wars? And the reason I did that is to show that you can go deep, and it's a natural language flow. But also my mother, who's 74, chronic pain conditions, she asks it about her joints. She's like, what can I do? And it tells her, okay, you can take Epsom salt baths, you can icy hot and all of this stuff. So where we see this going is, imagine that every older adult has a personalized assistant in their home that can be summoned at any time through their most comfortable interface, which is the TV. And I think that's incredibly powerful, and I really appreciate the opportunity to tell the story via AARP.
And you also have some B2B partners, right?
We have some early ones now. We have some folks that engage with senior living, and they deliver our services directly through those facilities. But really, we're just starting there. Most of our customers are consumers, and that really helped us understand the market, understand the need. And now we're kind of going up to the next level with the enterprise backends and bringing this into senior living and healthcare.
You've done a great job of spending time in the trenches, understanding the customer, and co-creating with them. So judging these competitions is never easy. Colby, tell us what were some of the things that really impressed you and your fellow judges.
Yeah, absolutely. So the theme of this year's pitch was about brain health. And I think Costin did a really good job connecting what he does in the home with this device with the things that really mean the most for these seniors, connectivity, connection, that purpose, being able to be connecting with, loved ones, or even the future with healthcare and telehealth. I think that he did a really good job there. Of course, the founder, the passion of their story and their conviction to their product is really important. So I think when we think about who might be a really great fit for, the future of this industry, as well as the AgeTech Collaborative, I think Costin really stood out. It was very, very close, I would say. Everyone did a really good job. And so congrats to everyone who participated last night. Of course, I myself was in senior living. So thinking about this and the usability and the feasibility of this type of device in an older adult's home, and being able to help them connect with others really, really fit the ball for me. So great job, Costin.
Little bit of a theme here. I mean, it strikes me how young both of you guys are in this.
How old
Tell me,
are you?
I think I'm twice Colby's age, to be honest. We got one young guy here. I'm a middle-aged man, even though I look
Well,
boyish.
compared to me, you're kids. So tell
I'm
them.
older than your mother, but I do want to say that the reason I'm excited about the size of the opportunity is the boomers are 77 this year in 2024 at the top end, right? 70 or 78. And the next 10 years, they're going to have multiple chronic conditions where mobility is a big issue. So,
Well, here we are in 2024, Aurelie, and maybe you can share with us some of your thoughts about the environment for startups this year. I mean, you've got some great people around you right now.
Yeah, this week has been incredible. Lots of amazing conversations with from startups all the way to Fortune 500 companies and very large players in this space. So we're really excited about what's come in for this year. I think in terms of what we're excited about for our startups, the growth potential for the AgeTech industry, really. That's what we tried to demonstrate here. As I mentioned earlier, it's a $45 trillion economic industry. And it's set to triple by 2050. There's a shift in generations. You talked about the boomers. Very soon, millennials and Gen Z are going to be the new 50 plus. And it's also becoming an intergenerational conversation. It's no longer just, the 50 plus and this particular demographic. It's also the caregiver and the caregiver team. They oftentimes are younger generations that are taking care of an older parent or grandparent, or they're just looking out for themselves later. So we're seeing a big shift, and the narrative is really changing around AgeTech. It's really exciting. So just within that, I think there's a lot of opportunities from an investment perspective, B2B collaborations, and I think we're going to see a lot of opportunities. I think you touched on that, Costa. With AI, there's a lot of opportunities for bespoke and tailored experiences for the end user. Where we're going to be able to come up with a holistic approach of an individual from a healthcare, engagement, social engagement standpoint, and then also collecting data. So how do you collect data? How do you turn it into actionable insights for the caregiving team or the person, the individual? So I think we can expect a lot of innovation and a lot of interest in these technologies moving forward.
May I jump in on that just for a little bit? So everything you just said hits the nail on the head. And we've engineered our AI where the family member can give the AI a lot of context about the older adult. What are their interests, books that they like, activities they like to do. So the AI comes in with that. There's also topics not to discuss. Don't touch these topics. Don't talk about politics with grandma, okay? We don't want to get her really worked up. And then with integrations with EHR within the healthcare or senior living ecosystem. And I think there's players out there like Point Click Care that have a lot of data about the medications they're taking, the diagnoses they have. All of that, you put all of that into a large language model, and you have it's an AI for that person. It's really an intelligence for that person that is crafting everything what they need. And then we're already doing this. Let's say you have a morning check-in with the AI. How are you feeling today? That goes directly into the EMR.
Yeah.
Have you had your breakfast? What did you have for breakfast? Do you have any pain today? Give me your pain rating on a scale of 1 to 10. Our AI is already doing this, and it is so incredibly powerful that you can just track this on a daily basis and put it into a system. And then you look at it holistically, and you can see, oh, why are these days so bad? So you're right. We are at the beginning of an incredible leap. I don't know. I think we're going to see like a huge step function change.
Agree.
So here at CES, I think the AgeTech Collaborative provided a home within CES. There are comfortable chairs, there are sessions, there's amazing talent. So it's almost like you see a university with the best talent, and now you're showcasing that to the world. So you must be finding more people that want to be part of the AgeTech Collaborative, correct?
That's tell
correct.
us that and how they go about becoming part of the collaborative. Tell us more.
I can touch on that. Absolutely. I think our main goal here at CES was to elevate AgeTech as its own marketplace. And that's why you're finding our booth here, not in the digital health area per se, but really at the intersection of smart home, lifestyle. As I mentioned earlier, healthcare is absolutely a part of the narrative, but not only, and I think we really succeeded in doing that this year. And really educating companies on why it is so important now more than ever to tap into the 50+ demographic. So yeah, really wanted to demonstrate the depth and breadth of AgeTech through all the different participants that are here today. We have 18 startups, wonderful startups with the pitch event last night. Again, a lot of various solutions and opportunities. We also partner or we're collaborating with the Samsung Health House that is also showcasing how through multiple point solutions in the house, you can collect that data and provide that insight to the caregivers, but also creating that bespoke, holistic approach on the person that's trying to live longer in their own house and be more independent. So I think we're really achieving this today. And we've had a lot of meetings, a lot of conversations with startups that are showcasing innovations across segments, all the way to distributors, retailers from multiple industries. I mean, it goes from your airlines all the way to your automotive, smart home, investors as well, healthcare. It's been really, truly fantastic. And it's not over. We're on day 3. There's another day tomorrow.
Yes.
So it's been wonderful. And the energy, I think, is hard to describe it, but it's been just throughout CES, but especially in the AARP booth. Wonderful.
Yeah, I think that's really important to point out. And you were at CES. You were at the.
I used to work for CES for quite some time as well. So it's kind of nice to, bridge between the old world and the new world. It's a lot more easy to be on this side of the aisle, I'll be honest. They did a good job this year.
And Colby, to sound a little bit maybe like Judy Collins, you've looked at competitions from both sides now. Your thoughts about the environment today for startups?
Yeah, it's really exciting. For someone like me, a young person this is my first startup, to be able to get involved and have the support and community of people who've done it before, from the community of other founders, from investors, from industry partners, to be able to support. So shout out to the AgeTech Collaborative for creating that environment that we feel welcomed and can be supportive and grow. Our company has grown from 1 individual employee a year and a half ago to 30 now. So we've seen a lot of growth and are exciting. And it's organizations like AgeTech Collaborative and the CTA Foundation and others who are supporting the aging and disability community. So shout out to everyone who's supporting this effort, and founders like myself and Costin.
So that was the CTA Foundation's 2022 Great Park Accessibility Contest. That's the one you won.
That was one of the first, first competition. PearSuite was just founded earlier that year, and we got into this competition and we won, and we were featured at CTA 2 years ago. And so it's just been an amazing journey ever since then. And shout out to Steve Ewell for leading the foundation's work, and which is really focused on older adults, longevity, and accessibility for the disability community.
Yeah, he's a real leader in our field as well. So you were walking around Vegas with a check of $10,000.
A big check.
And so our competition OnScreen and Costin, tell us what lies ahead for you in 2024.
Oh my God, this is such an exciting way to kick off the year. But yeah, just to go back to that visual, imagine a guy walking around a casino with a giant check about my arm span. Walking around, and I'm just looking at every single table, hey, do I just double down?
Tempting.
Yeah, no, I did not. We're going to take that check home, and it's going to be hung up. It's basically going to become my new Zoom background, right? So.
I think that's a great idea, because we've been running competitions for 21 years, and I asked him, did he have a term sheet already? Because what happens with these competitions, they elevate you in a very big way in front of the whole audience. It's a huge win for both of you, and congratulations on bringing this whole amazing group together, and thank you all for joining our podcast here. I'm excited to do this today, and I haven't felt this kind of momentum in a long time at CES. This is a home, and it's a large amount of momentum, and it becomes the place you want to be. Really, it's even better than the speaker readiness room. in the regular part of the conference, which is pretty nice. This is just so cool. And of course, it's a big part of what Fred and I care a lot about, right, Fred?
Absolutely. So Costin, Colby, Aurelie, thank you all so much for joining us for this podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
both. Wonderful.
That was great fun, Fred, and we're not finished yet.
We are not. We want to thank the AgeTech Collaborative and Meeting Owl for helping to make this podcast possible. We'll be back with more guests right here at the AgeTech Collaborative from AARP podcast stage at CES.